Hey Soul family, welcome back to the channel. This is the White Feather Tarot, and in today's reading we are doing How Will Your Situation Resolve? And to do this reading, these are the three piles for today. For pile number 1, you have the Amazonite in the shape of a heart. And for pile number 2, you have the Hematite in the shape of a mirror ball. And for pile number 3, you have the green moss agate in the shape of a star. All right, so take a look at which one of these three piles or three crystals you're the most drawn to, and that will probably be the pile for you here today. As I always say, in case you feel drawn to more than one pile, or maybe even all of the piles, please feel free to check them out. You may get insight on how your situation will resolve in different areas of your life, or it may be talking to you about a specific situation, but you're getting more insight about it from the different piles. So always trust your intuition. You know, we get messages from the universe, everybody hears it, but everybody knows how it's tailored to them and how it's speaking specifically to them, as if it was mostly their own personal reading. There are things here and there that may be different, but mostly you know you're being spoken to. It's almost a magical experience. So trust your intuition, whether it's leading you to just one, this will be your pile, several, or maybe all, then these as well will be your piles. And as usual, once you're ready and you know what your pile or piles are, please head down to the description box where you'll find your timestamps. Click on your times and I'll see you in your readings. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Ooh, looks like we've got this one and this one as well. So you were drawn to the beautiful Amazonite in the shape of a heart, as well as this chariot from this deck. So that's the deck that we are going to be using. And today we're taking a look at how your situation is going to resolve. And to do this reading, these are the oracle decks that we will be using. I will also be picking up one I Ching card, and we're gonna read what the hexagon means. This way we get a deeper insight on how your situation is going to resolve. Right, so these are your oracle cards. They are ready. Let's pull out one tiny chakra card as well. Looks like you've got 2. Wonderful. Okay, so let's check out what your cards are. Okay, I'll put this one here. So you have Jingle Dress with miracles. Okay. Wonderful. And we can take one of these chakra cards. You have the a crown chakra, a balanced crown chakra with I sense infinite wisdom. Wonderful. You have wolf with protection. What amazing cards do you have? Wow. Okay, that's really wonderful to see for you. Can you see this card? Yeah, you can. Okay, so you have the magnolia. Interesting. Okay, let's keep it right there. Let's check out your I Ching. So you have mountain on mountain. That's number 52. We'll read it together during your reading. You have the fan. So the keywords are enthusiasm, devotion. Is it time to choose a side? Interesting. And you have 7. Look at that. 1 and 6 is 7. You've got 7 and the chariot is a 7. I'm wondering, have you been seeing a lot of 7s lately? That is like, oh my God, 5 and 2 is 7. Wow. Like, I truly feel if you've been seeing 7s a lot, it's been totally but it's been a synchronicity to show you or guide you towards this reading, because there is a message here for you. I also see a lot of 8s. That's another thing. Right, so you have a balanced third eye chakra as well card, and it says, I see and have peace of mind. Beautiful, beautiful cards, my dear pile number 1. Wonderful cards to begin your reading. Okay, lovely. Let's now pick up your tarot cards and see. How will your situation resolve? So, two, this one, as well as this one, and these 2. If we need any more, we can always pull. Right, so you have, wow, right off the bat is the Wheel of Fortune. I feel like it popped out because it needed to come first. So starting off your reading is the Wheel of Fortune, and I'm really starting to grasp the idea here that you're going to be very fortunate in your situation, and things are about to take a steep turn from what is already happening. So you have the Moon. Yes, absolutely. Okay. You have the 10 of Wands. It's the end of this difficult cycle. Whatever it is that you're going through at the moment, you are protected, and it's the end of that cycle. Let's find out more. Such a wonderful reading. You have the Strength card. See, you're again being freed and feeling strong again. So nice to see for you. You have the 5 of Pentacles. The Justice card. If unfairness was happening to you somehow, with the Justice card, you know, things are coming into balance and you're getting your rights back. You have the Hanged Man. See, there's a lot of entrapment energy here in your reading. And finally, you have the Queen of Pentacles. And in case you are trapped in something or stuck in something, the Queen of Pentacles is an independent queen. So I get the sense that you're going to be liberated from something, from some heavy energy. That's much better, I think. Okay, first thing we can notice here is this combination between the Wheel of Fortune and the 5 of Pentacles. And do you see here how this person is sitting down, feeling helpless, very scared? They're sitting in this fetal position, trying to find safety. They don't know what's going to happen to them. And yeah, generally there's this sense of fear going on. And then comes along someone that's presenting that solution or giving them, providing help for this person. And you have all over your reading, this idea that out of nowhere, with the Moon card, karmic justice is happening. You see miracles all over your reading, denoting that you're going to be very fortunate in your situation. You have here miracles, you have protection. It's so sweet. And also with the magnolia, these are flowers that bloom before the leaves, long before the leaves do. And so unlike the other flowers, you can see something is uniquely happening for you. Your situation, you're going to be blooming It's a lovely card to have. It's like your whole situation, you are going to be blooming quite soon. So keep the faith and keep strong, because you have mountain on mountain. So continue to be stable. The fan really shows me that, you know how when fans love a certain team, they're right there behind them. They're encouraging them, supporting them. The reason they exist and are there is because their fans are wholeheartedly with them, supporting them. Whether they win or whether they lose, the team's fans are there. They believe in them. They encourage them. And so I get this strong energy in your reading that the universe is there supporting you. They're not letting you go in the ups and the highs and the lows and the ups and the downs. You may feel that you're scared and you're stuck. You may feel like something unfair is going on. You might feel that the situation is so tough and that you're entrapped. But the universe or God or whatever you believe in will always have your side. And you will see in your specific situation that you are inquiring about today, the one that is tough, the one that you are going through, making you feel stuck, it will resolve like a miracle. It's just going to work in ways that is very, very hard to believe. And I remember with this card, it talks about a father who had a daughter who I think got the flu in the 1916s flu and was on her deathbed, was about to die. And he envisioned some dancers with 4 rows of jinglers, metal jinglers. And so he brought these wonderful dancers and they danced and jingled, and it made his daughter feel like she wanted to join in the dance. And because of her movement, somehow she was cured. This movement and this rhythm truly helped heal her. So it's a miracle at the end of the day. And I feel like your situation is absolutely going to be resolved with good fortune and miracles. Something is going to happen in your life that will show you the type of strong support that you have, that is there, and that will take you out of the situation no matter how much you feel you are stuck at the moment. 10 of Wands is an end of a cycle, which means despite the fact that it's so hard and heavy to the heart and to the body and to the mind and of course to the soul, it's ending with the 10 of Wands. You are finally going to be free, let free from the situation through a miracle. And it's happening rather quickly. You know, most flowers, they don't bloom first, right? So we can see that your situation is pretty unique. And so don't compare yourself to the regular way of how people are saved. Otherwise, you're going to feel like you're going to be stuck forever. It's not going to go down that way for you. In fact, it's going to happen with a miracle. So with the third eye here card, your message is, I'm right behind you. Please have peace of mind. You are going to get out of this difficult situation. Things are going to come into balance, although you cannot see it. It's not going to happen in the regular ways in which you're used to of how things are being resolved. You're not being asked to do anything at the moment, unless there are things, of course, that you need to do. But I mean, what you're really asked through the reading to do is to have peace of mind. That's the most important thing you're being guided towards in your reading today. You're going to be independent and free. You're going to finally feel like your power and your force is back. And it's going to be through a great turn of fate to your favor. And if you are worried, do note that you are absolutely protected, fiercely protected, like nothing is going to happen to you, my dear pal number 1. What a sweet message to see. With infinite wisdom, I also sense that you will be getting signs and synchronicities and communication rather constantly from the universe, letting you know that you are loved and that you are okay and you are going to pass through this. Let's together read what the hexagram of the mountain and mountain means. Okay, let's get number 52. 52 is called... All right, let's open the page. Hexagram number 52. There we go. So listen to the wind. Quiet heart in action. Do you see that? It's amazing. So this hexagram says, quiet your heart and be calm. It's unbelievable, right? So yeah, that's your message here. Have peace of mind. Remember that even stillness can be a form of movement. Yeah, remember when I told you you're really not inquired to take a specific action unless you know about something, keep doing it, of course. But the universe is telling you, keep still, hold on and have peace of mind. It's going to, sometimes stillness is movement. The sage contemplates the situation in stillness. It is natural for the heart to fluctuate and a mind to flutter. But exercise restraint and keep confined to a fixed position. That is how you will hear the answer to your inquiry. Unbelievable. The wind will carry an important omen to you. You will be receiving for sure signs and synchronicities letting you know you are seen, you are heard, the promise is there, and it's going to happen. Listen to the wind. Silence is the way to self-mastery. Think before you speak, not the other way round. What's more, silence is the way to prevailing in your endeavor. Present in action paves the way for future gains. And your reading couldn't be any clearer. It is difficult at the moment. Stay calm and let, the cycle take its course because it's about to shift your situation completely. And your blooming is on the way. It is about to happen. So hold on still and calm. Stay stable as a mountain, especially mentally. And you will see, pile number 1, how things are about to change completely for you. Let it take its course and its transformation. Its cycle of transformation. And you will always be supported like a favorite. Maybe you are obviously you are absolutely loved. You will not be left, to the curb, as the expression I think says. You will not be left to the side. You are greatly seen, protected, taken care of. A cycle must end, and it is ending now for you. And although you can't see ahead, you will always be supported with signs and synchronicities and communication between you and the universe. So have peace of mind, my dear pal number 1. Things are completely shifting for you little by little. And look, I saw your back. So not only is the universe going to have your back, but I also read it your back, like your back to the good times. So, my dear pal number 1, this is exactly what I see. And what a wonderful message to hear when it comes to how your situation will resolve. It's not about you really doing anything, unless, like I always say, disclaimer, if you've got something, continue to do it, of course. But I mean, here the universe is telling you, we've got your back. Don't worry, it's going to happen. This was your reading, my dear pal number 1. I truly wish you the best from my heart. You're going to see how things are going to change. And if you've enjoyed your reading, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I post readings nearly every single day. And my dear beautiful pal number 1, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye. Hi pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful hematite in the shape of a mirror bowl, and as well as this deck through this chariot card. So today we're taking a look at how your situation will resolve. And to do this reading, we are going to be picking one pile from each of these 4 oracle decks. I try to keep a variety so that we can get a look at your situation and how it is going to be resolved. We're also using the I Ching hexagon. So let's see which hexagon you get, and then we'll read about it in the guidebook. We'll see what your hexagon has to say, and this way we'll get a clear message of how your situation is going to resolve. So that's the plan. Let's get into it. First I want to pull out, oh, looks like that's the one, and also this one fell, so I'm gonna take it. Tiny chakra cards. This one doesn't want to go back, so you've actually got 3 chakra cards, which will give us a gauge to the energy of your reading. Right, so let's get into it. Let's put this one right here. So you have sweet grass braid with receptivity. I'll keep it right there. And how about we take 1 chakra card? So you've got underactive root chakra with I am disorganized. So let's see what this wants to say. And you have the foxglove. Interesting. Okay. Are you going to birth something? Do you want to start something but you don't know where to begin, maybe? I don't know. That's like too early to decide. Okay, you have the raven. Never say never. Interesting. So here it says prophecy, insight, wisdom, darkness brings the light. I really feel with prophecy that it's fated for you to do something here. Okay, really cool. So you have overactive sacral chakra. I feel like you have panic, maybe. I just read manic, so I said panic. I wanted to say maybe there's some panic here because you're really enthusiastic about something. And maybe you are not answering the call. Right. You have the hexagram of lake. Yeah, lake and mountain, right? So we're going to be reading about it in a moment. And if I put this one right here, you're going to be able to see it. That's wonderful. So you have a balanced sacral chakra here. It says, I feel pleasure in life. Interesting. Right, so I guess now it's time for us to pick up your tarot cards and get a complete picture of, look at these. Get a complete picture of how your situation is going to resolve. Wonderful. We'll keep it to the side in case we want to use these cards. Whoa! I feel like with the cards falling, you're afraid of something. You're afraid of a fall, maybe. We'll find out why the cards fell during your reading, other than the obvious reason of me being disorganized here. Really cool. It's coming together. I put them to the side. One mistake, everything fell. Okay, so that's what it's trying to say. How interesting the way the universe delivers the messages is so insightful. Okay, let me pause, take out these cards, put them in a more organized way. Perhaps even put a system later so that this never happens. Thank you for your reading. This is totally going to change the way I place my cards. Let's see how it works for you, but you do have creating success. And I was influenced by your reading to do that. Whoa, so many messages here. I cannot wait to unravel your cards and see what this is about. Okay, so I finally put the decks back. I'm definitely going to have something organized much better than that. And I truly feel that is part of what your reading wants to say here. So let's explore the cards first and see how your situation is going to be resolved. So cool. Looks like your reading is absolutely guided. You have suppression with the 10 of Wands. You have the Eight of Wands with traveling. And you have the Eight of Cups with letting go. And I'm noticing a lot of eights here. 8 with the number 18 of the foxglove. You have the Eight of Wands and you have the Eight of Cups. If you've been lately seeing a lot of eights, 888, this is the message that has been trying to relate to you. Hold on one second. Okay. You have the Seven of Wands with stress. Yep. Where did we... Okay. Right. You see juggling many things here. You have these, again, another synchronicity. How amazing is that? 8877. The Seven of Pentacles with patience. And it's right under the word good fortune. You have the Two of Swords with schizophrenia. Your reading is becoming clearer by the second. You have the Empress with creativity. You have the Chariot. So that's the card you were drawn to. Awareness. It's right there. Right. And whoa. Last card that you have is the Four of Wands with participation. I love the Four of Wands. And let me show you here what the reading is trying to say. It's interesting how you have the Empress, which talks about creativity. And sometimes also the Empress is presented as being pregnant. And also here the Seven of Pentacles is presented as being pregnant, right under the word woman. And foxglove is associated with the goddess Flora. When she used the foxglove, she put a foxglove on the belly of the goddess Hera in order to impregnate her with the god Mars. So we really see your reading here telling you that whatever the situation is, it's going to be resolved once you begin something. We're gonna find out what this something is, hopefully, but you are being invited to truly start something, and you're not going to be able to start something, or maybe you feel like it's impossible because you are overwhelmed and tied down with responsibilities that you may feel are breaking you down. And even before we talk about the responsibilities that you have, even before we talk about this new project that will solve this whole situation for you, your current life at the moment, as I can see from your spirit guides, is on the brinks of falling. Remember, the cards went and I feel like maybe you don't have the time to stop and organize it because you feel like you don't have that time. You feel like at any point you gotta attend to all of these ropes and all of these things that you're juggling. But here is the thing, just like the cards, because I didn't want to take from your reading time, I just put it to the side thinking it was okay, but it did take so much of my time trying to put them together, separate all the different decks that fell, and organize them in place. Had I properly stopped and thought of a system to avoid this from happening, it would have taken me far less time from today's reading and perhaps even in the future. So I feel like your guides or the universe is telling you to stop and organize your life a little bit even, because it could drive you later on crazy. And it could prevent you, with a never say never, from starting important things in your life that will help you grow or will help you get something that you want or break free from your current situation and make it resolve. Because even if you don't break free now and do something about it, all of the things that you have are on the brinks of collapsing. Just like what happened with the decks and just like what's happening with the Seven of Wands. The Seven of Wands here. It's too challenging and at the moment for you to move forward. And just like a braid, it's a way to organize the hair so that it doesn't lump up together. So in the past, they would comb their hair and keep them in braids so that it's kept neat and tangle free throughout the day. So yeah, I really feel here with the receptivity of heeding the call, of pausing a little bit, because each responsibility is taking a part from you and you don't know where to put your time and effort. And so sometimes you really gotta let go in order for things to start moving in the right way. Sometimes you just gotta let go of things, knowing you must do something. Sometimes you just gotta stop and let go and think, right, how can I now organize my life? Because that pause or that stop or that halt you're gonna do for just a little bit will allow you to grow and your whole situation to evolve. And you see here, pleasure in life. Once you start organizing your life, you will start enjoying it. It won't be as stressful as it is now. Not only that, but going back to the topic of the reading, it will start allowing you to look at different tasks or different things that you can begin that will finally help you resolve this situation in its entirety. It will help you create with a clear peace of mind. And it is that creativity that will help you move things. You see the spiral? It will help the energy completely change and move. And it will prevent you from going crazy as well. That's an overactive sacral chakra. You want to let this creativity out. Obviously, you're a very creative person. You're more than capable of birthing strong things into life to create things that you're just envisioning at the moment. But your life may not be allowing you to do that. And energetically, once you organize things, energetically, things do work out. In fact, like in lore, like for example, in Slavic folklore, they have a spirit called, I believe, Manovik. I will check now what the name of this spirit is that lives in a home. It's thought to be the first head that lived in a home. And so being kind and hospitable to the spirit allows abundance to happen in your life and family life to go in a beautiful way, to have happy energy in your home. And so to honor this guest, it is advised to have the home clean. Otherwise you could upset this guest. And so you want to have the house clean. Also in Slavic mythology, they used to give offerings. My point in your reading here is that having an organized life, whether you organize your tasks or you organize your space, will make energy flow and will help you in so many ways that you will not believe unless you experience it. So letting go is an invitation of a pause. Sometimes you just gotta let things drop and rethink and organize your life, and you will see how things are gonna flow in a great way. Sometimes it's okay if you have to help your children with their homeworks. Sometimes it's just okay for that day not to do anything. It's okay to let one homework slip, or it's okay to let this task slip or that task slip, so that you can reorganize your life. And that's what your reading is guiding you to do. Because once you do that, you're creating success. You'll have the time and the energy to not only change yourself, but to start working on what is important, which will in turn make that huge change in your life and will resolve your situation. And not to mention, will take you from that energy of panic and stress and feeling like life is going in a crazy way. Will allow you to enjoy your life. And with Never Say Never, it will allow you to finally do what you've had in your mind to do. Because look here, you have prophecy. There is something that you're meant to impregnate, something that you're meant to create out into this world. So this creation will not only take you out of this difficult situation, but will also give you a very enjoyable life. Before we continue your reading, I want to read what your hexagram means. So let me pull out your book and find hexagram number 31. There. It says attraction, influence, chemistry. So, receive others with humility and non-judgment. Let the people move you, and you will move the people. Reciprocal attraction, mutual influence. Young lovers are joyous and prosperous. It is auspicious for you to proceed with your endeavor. See, now is the time for you to proceed with whatever it is you have in your heart. Change is coming, though no one seems to sense it. The beginnings of movement, an idea begins to surface. However, whether the influence will have an impact remains to be seen. It is still too early to tell. Exactly. You are at the precipice of doing this, and it depends on you keeping it up and making it happen. And so making what used to feel impossible possible. So now is an auspicious time for you to start doing something. And whether it's going to work like we said or not is up to you keeping it up. It's up to you organizing everything and being able to start it. But it's definitely an auspicious time. It's a time where your emotions are rising. You're really, you're with this overactive sacral chakra. Your emotions are rising. You're really feeling it. You know you're supposed to do something. Follow that feeling. But in order to do that, you got to have an organized world. And it is a matter of pausing, thinking of what you want to do, and that will take you far as you organize your life. Absolutely. It will change who you are, and it will change how you view your outside world. Changing within is going to change without. And so with receptivity, it's heed the call of organizing yourself, which will allow you to look at things which you thought was impossible to do. Allowing you to do it very easily, all while enjoying your life. And the Four of Wands, as you participate into organizing, the energy is going to flow, and it will help you create space to do what is important for you. My dear pile number 2, this is exactly what I see for you with regards to how your situation is going to resolve. I truly hope you've enjoyed your reading, and if you have, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. I do post readings nearly every single day, and my dear pile number 2, I'll catch you in the next reading. Bye! Hi, pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You were drawn to the beautiful green moss agate in the shape of a star, as well as this deck through this chariot card. And today we're taking a look at how your situation will, how your situation will resolve. And these are the decks that we will be using in today's reading. Let's pick out one card. I feel this one from each deck. We'll also be using, as you can see, the Ching deck, and we'll be reading in a guidebook what your hexagram means. This way we'll get a closer idea on how your situation is going to resolve exactly. Okay, and it will give us more details on exactly what the universe is guiding you to do, or how it's going to resolve on its own. I also feel this one. All right, last thing we need to do is to pick up a chakra card for you. I feel these two. There we go. And we are now ready. Right, so let's get into your reading. We can put your tarot deck right there. And let's pick up the first card. Wow, what a card. It says Anishi Nabi, the good being. I'll read this card and see what it's about. The good being, worth. Okay. I don't think I've come across this card before, so let's discover it together. And you have, wow, kin, family. Isn't that amazing? Oy, oy, and look, they're very similar. In fact, I'm just going to keep it this way. Wow. It almost feels like it's the same card. I'm feeling such amazing energy from these two cards together. What are the odds? Okay, so let's check out the rest of your cards. So you have the willow. Interesting. Okay. And let's check out your chakra cards. We can place one here and one there. So you have a balanced heart chakra card with I love and forgive. And you have a balanced third eye chakra card with I see and have clarity. All right. Now, your I Ching is... So, this one, I believe... No, the lake is the one on top. Ah, this is wind. Wind and thunder. Okay. It's interesting that you have wind and thunder and the willow going, you know, flying off. It does feel like this weather with the willow card. Okay, finally, you know what we could do? We can place this card here because we have the space on the top. And then we can place this one right there. And then we can, there. And we can have the star in between. Interesting how your reading is taking us. All right, now we can place your two cards. You have the bear, and it says patience, boundaries, wait for the right moment. And here you have the watch. Interesting for wait the right moment, and then you get the watch. So timing is a huge aspect in your reading. And it says observe carefully, caution, slow down, take your time. Interesting. Huh. Okay. Let's now pull out your tarot cards and see how your situation is going to resolve. We need 4 more cards. 1, 2, 3, and I feel this one 4. We'll keep your deck to the side in case we need them. We need it right there. There we go. Okay, so let's check out your tarot cards. You have the Devil card starting off your reading, your tarot reading. You have the 3 of Swords, the Hanged Man. You have the Justice card. The Judgment card. The 4 of Pentacles. The 5 of Cups. It's interesting that you have the Hanged Man. Although the situation looks very painful here, you do have the Hanged Man with weight. Interesting. Okay, and finally, you have the World card. So, ending the reading with the World card, this is definitely a clear indication that the situation that you're in is going to end. And we can see in this specific World card a peek, into your new world. And we can see a beautiful castle on the water here, fish swimming peacefully. So Yeah, I feel like your reading is saying it's a matter of time. And the situation is going to resolve in due time. Although I will say that with the Devil card and the Three of Swords and the Hanged Man, this must be a really difficult situation. And I'm imagining you must be saying easier said than done. I totally understand. Here your reading is saying that although the situation is very difficult, very hard to bear and go through, and pile number 3, I'm so sorry about that, but do know that it's temporary with the Hanged Man. And until the situation karmically shifts with the Justice card, and it will, because you have the Judgment card and you have the World card ending your reading, it is going to end. Until it does, in its due time, until a cycle ends, you are being asked to do 2 things, because it will end on its own. You're being asked to be flexible with the willow here. Yes, there is sometimes thunder, but also there is sometimes the energy of, I was going to say lake, but this is the wind. There is thunder and wind, but at other times there is peace and tranquility. And so for the first thing I'm seeing your reading telling you is to adapt to these cycles of life with the ebbs and flows and the highs and the lows until you are finally out of the situation. Feeling extremely disappointed in a situation that's going to take time to resolve is going to feel absolutely painful. And your mind will start playing tricks on you. You will rather go through this time with so much heart balance and tranquility if you decide to respond to the situation with a lot of internal peace. You know how they say you cannot control your outside world, but you can absolutely control how you respond and how you feel towards it. And that is something that nobody can take away from you. And it is, if you notice, the most important thing that life constantly tries to train us to do. It is the most important advice that we constantly get when we read into the occult, when we read into the ancient mythologies, when we read into really everything, even when we read into experts talking about psychology and our state of mind. And so I see and have clarity, I love and forgive are a strong indication in your reading to have the clarity to see that it is important to have internal balance in order to go through this time with a lot of flexibility, because it's not going to go on being bad. By the way, it is a cycle that will end, where sometimes you're going to have highs and others you may have lows. And in order to adapt to this environment of highs and lows until this cycle completely resolves and ends, which it will, 100%, there's a karmic balance that's going to happen to this situation. Don't go through this time suffering and feeling the disappointment. Always know that the advice of the 5 of Cups, that yes, there is spilt milk, but there is always a chance. And there's always a benefit to this situation that you may not be seeing. Until this rise happens, and it will. The only thing that's preventing you from seeing it is the illusion, which is the energy of the Devil card. Once things get tough, we start believing in the illusion that it's going to stay like that it's going to harm us, that bad things are gonna happen to us, which is normal. We all go through this all the time. It is important to remember that it is during that time when energy especially feels at an all-time high, to remember that it's an illusion to think that it has some sort of control on us. That's the most important thing to learn from the Devil card. Nothing has control over us. And the more we have clarity of thought and a stable mind and heart, the more difficult it is for energy to hurt us or to affect us that much. And perhaps this is what this cycle that you're going through in life is trying to teach you. And if you go through it successfully, this cycle will end successfully for you. Do note, my dear pile, number 3, that it's going to take its time. There is that you're going through a cycle and it will take its time. And so you're advised to go slowly, observe these cycles and not get too much immersed into it. And as you go through this cycle, have patience by setting boundaries, like see what this cycle is taking you towards and have mental boundaries towards it. And this patience and flexibility will only come if you have mental boundaries toward them, to live in internal peace as the outside weather changes. One day you'll have the sun and it's bright, and the other it's windy and stormy. As long as you're stable on the inside, nothing, just like a willow tree, nothing can affect you on the outside. The willow tree is so flexible that the winds and the thunder and the storms can come, and it allows it to push it, and because of that flexibility, it doesn't break. And so nothing ever can break you as long as you have that mental peace and clarity within. Always have the faith that there's cycles of life and it takes its time. And taking its time will be wonderful when the cycle nearly ends, finally, and it's nearly ending for you. And when it finally does end, then you get to live a long time of beautiful prosperity. So let it take its time. For you, it's nearly there. In fact, when I saw this bear card, I was thinking, oh, look, it's melting. That's what I felt. So I really feel like you're honestly towards the end. I'm not telling you that to make it feel better for you. I do not like ever to lie in readings because, I feel like you're respecting the messages that you're getting, and it's not a good thing to lie to you and you experiencing the opposite. I'll be making you suffer more. So I'm genuinely telling you the truth here. You're really towards an end. Things are slowly changing for you, and this karma is ending. And so until then, you're being trained to have internal peace, because this is going to take you places. Never again where will cycles be affecting you again. Always remember, you don't have control of things on the outside, but you absolutely have control of how you feel within and how you react to the outside world. And as you do this training, nothing will ever affect you again. It's an energy that you will decide to dispel from the outside and not let it affect you on the inside. It's like, no, I'm not going to start interacting with this energy. I'll be careful, I'll plan, I'll do what is necessary, but no, not again. I'm not going to give it this mental energy and emotional and spiritual energy. I'm going to decide to, as much as I can, push this energy and have the faith and have tranquility and calm on the inside, no matter how much I'm feeling the energy on the outside, because it is through that the energy is going to dissipate. And look at that. It says, fruitful to cross the great river. I really feel like you're crossing the other side. So let's actually, since we talked about this hexagram, let's bring out your book and look at hexagram number 42. It says, increase, what? Burgeoning on the ascent. I will check what this word means. Hold on, I'll be back. All right, so burgeoning means beginning to grow rapidly. Didn't I tell you guys that I really see that your situation is changing very quickly on the ascent? Exactly. So it says a state of increase and expansion. Opportunities come knocking. Telling you guys. In those opportunities, the sage will discern the benevolent from the malevolent and will incorporate the positive into the endeavor and quickly eliminate the negative. When you gain, you must share your gains. If you do not use your means to benefit others, your own end will be ominous. To keep your good fortune, you must give it away freely. Note, however, that your window of opportunity will not be open for long. The time for increase and ascent is now. Interesting perspective here to your reading. Because to me, this added a very important perspective. I feel like in the context of your reading, translating the reading, I feel like things are changing rapidly and more than ever. It's not really about giving. Yes, it's definitely a great advice for the future and you want to keep that in mind. But I feel like the window here for you is opening. The more you take in that lesson and show yourself first that you are capable of keeping that mental peace. Because perhaps moving forward as your fortune comes during that auspicious time, you will need that mental fortitude to be able to move forward and handle all the amazing things that are coming and the opportunities and the changes that are coming. So I feel like you're towards the end of learning that lesson, and the more you keep your mental peace now more than ever, show yourself that mental fortitude and that you're capable of doing that, the more that you are actually going to be able to keep that energy and finally get out of the situation into your time of long prosperity. So time is ticking, you're almost out of it. Things are on the rise, my dear pal number 3, and I couldn't repeat this enough. Don't cry over spilt milk. Let the past be in the past. Don't worry about the future. Always have clarity of thought and a balanced heart chakra. Push any negative thoughts away. Do know that sometimes we do feel it. We do feel that energy. It's okay. As long as you keep your mental fortitude, know that it's, ups and downs that are going to pass as normal. And most important thing in the world is for you to live within that peace, because it is what you're going to take with you from the old world into the new and will help you achieve success and happiness moving forward. And my dear pile number 3, this is exactly what I see in your reading. It's about time. Things are going to happen. This is what I see in your reading. I truly hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel so that you never miss a reading that I upload. And my dear beautiful pile number 3, I'll catch you in the next reading.